Do you ever wonder how some guys have such an easy time getting women to do crazy things with them, like make out in a bathroom stall at a restaurant or have a threesome when these women have never had a threesome before? What is it that they say or do that makes a woman throw out all her inhibitions and say yes to whatever silly, absurd, or even risky suggestion they make? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how they do this and how you can get them to do it too. And by the way, this is all done without lying or manipulation, because in today's video, I'm going to share the single sentence you can say that gets women to say yes to just about anything you offer them. Again, this is done with full integrity and authenticity, and it's pretty freaking awesome. So make sure that you watch until the very end. I'm Marni, and from here on out, I am going to be your very own personal wing girl, and every single week I'll give you the no BS insider information about what women really want, plus the most effective ways to win over any girl you like. So hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss out on a single video. And if you want more tips and tricks and techniques, then check out my website, winggirlmethod.com, once you're done watching this video. The idea for this video came after an interview I did with this guy who taught me step by step how he got a woman to kiss him on their first date without ever speaking a single word to her, which I'm going to teach you in a minute, by the way. He was talking about this amazing single sentence he had learned from a mentor of his who was teaching him how to have threesomes, a sentence that he now uses on every one of his dates to get women to do crazy things that they wouldn't typically do. A sentence that also makes all his dates more fun, playful, and exciting. His mentor had said to him, if you want to have a threesome with people you find attractive, all you have to say is this sentence: hey, I've got a really interesting idea. To which anyone he would say that to would always respond with, okay, I want to hear, tell me, what's this idea? And then he says, well, how about we have a threesome? To which 89% of those asked this way positively responded with yes. Just so you know, the people he was asking weren't sex fiends or expositionists or certain types of girls. They were everyday, regular people, and most had never had a threesome before in their lives. But because the offer was presented in this way, it was almost impossible for them to say no. In fact, he reported that after he put it out there in that exact way, it was the other people around him who took the lead to actually making it happen. So the question is, why does this work so well? Why do women say yes to questions posed this way? Saying this line this way, in this order, completely disarms the audience the line is being said to, because it's said in such a light, playful, almost childlike way. Hey, I've got an interesting idea. Creates this open loop that people have no choice but to react and respond positively. Who doesn't like to hear an interesting idea? And when your brain is eager to hear an idea, and then you reply with a yes, I'd like to hear, you subconsciously commit to what is being said just a little bit, which is pretty amazing, right? And it opens the doors to endless possibilities of how you can use a line like this to have fun experiences with women. So after Adam, the guy that I interviewed, explained what he learned from his mentor, he went on to share how he used this line to do two really fun things that you can also use or do on your next date. The first is how he used this line to get a kiss right at the beginning of the date before he even said a word to his date. And the second is how he got his date to do something quite naughty on the date that she had never done before. So I'm going to explain the kiss without speaking first. So he had been talking to this girl online, and they were at the point of setting up their first date. And after the details were set up, he said this sentence, which is a play on the one that he learned from his mentor. Hey, I also thought of a really fun idea. And she said, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. So you see how she's already getting more playful and excited and wants to hear what he has to say, saying yes. And then he said, I have an idea for how I wanted to meet you tomorrow. Here's what I was thinking. I see you and you walk up to me and you stop. I get up from my chair, walk over to you, and then I kiss you without ever saying a word. Pretty bold, right? But the truth is, she had no choice but to say yes to this, something she probably wouldn't say yes to with other men. So she agreed. And then when they laid eyes on each other, for the first time, it happened. They had a passionate kiss before they even spoke a word to one another. And they started their date off with a huge moment that only made the date more exciting and enjoyable. And it made it so much easier to escalate later. They didn't start with, hey, it's so great to finally meet you in person. Instead, they started with a literal bang of their faces and tongues, and it went up from there. Okay, please know two things about this situation. Number one, he was nervous, just like anyone would be. He said his heart was literally pounding out of his chest the whole time he did this sequence. It was pounding when he was writing and waiting for her response, and it was pounding even harder when he saw her, meaning that he wasn't this internally suave, confident guy pulling off a move he'd done a million times, and therefore it worked with the woman. He was totally shaking in his booties. He was nervous. But when it happened, it was awesome, and he was so proud of himself for doing it. Okay, number two. This happened because they had already established attraction was there. This was said after a buildup of attraction and rapport online. They've been talking to each other. It wasn't said 3 minutes after meeting her online. Although if attraction is there after 3 minutes, this could totally work. My point being that she was in already. This wouldn't have scared her off. It would only make the date more fun right from the very start. And since this single sentence worked oh so well for the first time that he tried it, he decided to use it again, but later on in the evening. After a lot of conversation and connection and continued flirting and touching, he looked at her and said, hey, do you know what would be a really fun idea? Another little spin on the magical open loop sentence that his mentor had given to him, to which she said, I can't wait to hear this. What? And he said, I have an idea. What if you slid off your panties and handed them to me under the table? To which she grinned and said, you are so on. And that's how you do it. See? Fun, playful, innocent, and naughty all at the same time. With that one little sentence, you can have women doing crazy things like this with you all the time and take your dates to whole new levels. If you want to be playful, if you want to invoke curiosity, this is the way to do it. Guys who understand this about women are incredibly rare, and the ones who do have way more sexual options than they can handle. I want to give you something that will help you tap into this deep need that all women have to be playful and wild. And it's called the F formula. The F formula involves tapping into a woman's primal brain and pushing just the right buttons while flirting, which forces her to feel uncontrollably attracted to you. And it's surprisingly easy for any guy if he just knows how to do it. Now, I can say from my personal experience that the F formula works like magic on me, but to prove that this works on every single type of woman, we arranged to have this formula tested on thousands of women to make sure it's effective. As a result, I can confidently say without any guesswork, the F formula just plain works, and it never got a single guy labeled as toxic or creepy or too nice. The few men who use this formula spark instant chemistry with any woman they talk to. They have women laughing at their jokes and flirting with them and craving to escalate to the next level, whether that's going on a date or more. If you want to be one of the few men who effortlessly get women attracted, aroused, and eager to escalate to the next level, I'd be happy to teach you the F formula. All you have to do is click the button on your screen right now or below in the description box. I've already made a free video for you revealing what the F formula is all about. This video will not be available forever because if every guy on the street discovered this formula, it would totally lose its value. So if you want to check it out, now is the best time. Just click now or in the description box and watch the video now. I'll see you next week.